Hello, everybody. My name is Ralph Mieter. I'm the programmer of the SRC4U software. And today we are discussing to create a cocktail for the Premium 4, which we intend to awaken the rest of the world. As a disclaimer, this video does not necessarily represent the viewpoints of SRC4U LLC. And we are talking about balancing energies and not anything related to healing modalities. It's strictly balancing which we try to achieve. So with this, I want to first start with a little list which we got together, and I will share my screen for this. And here you can see this. I will send out to everyone in our Telegram group. I highlighted some things which I really like, and everybody has the possibility of modifying their own cocktail, but our goal is to achieve a new cocktail which we can derive out of points out of here. Can everybody see the screen okay, and can read the text on screen?
Looks good.
Yes.
Yep, everybody good. Okay, so uh, we started the last time around with asking about how to call the cocktail, and I highlighted two of them. Wake Up World is a good one, or Rise Up World, but I want to put this back out to you guys to add some stuff which you think is a good idea, and add it to the chat box. So I will later on add them to this list, and then we can determine at the next Zoom meeting which one of those we want to put in. But everyone can theoretically create their own cocktail out of the info I will distribute to you guys. So if somebody has some new ideas, and with this I open the discussion. I stop the share, and everybody is welcome to drop lines in the chat box, and we will later on see what we got out of this. So discussion is open. Have you any new ideas about the name of the cocktail? Let's start with this.
Okay, so I have a question. So before going more into the cocktail, we're going to talk about what we're going to call the cocktail.
Yes, and then we can, out of this, come up with a strategy in how to achieve the goal which we are setting with the name.
Okay, and are you going to at some time during the Zoom go over the stuff that I sent you that people sent me?
Yeah, we will be going through these,
Yeah, because there's some stellar stuff there, and
right?
I think actually, it, I don't know if you care or not, but if you would mind going over those first, because it's really just, you don't have to name everything that Harold put in, but basically just, um, the oils. Don't mention all of them because there's 44, but But like the stuff that Kathy Regan put in, um,
Well, hold on your horses. I already did this. I already combined them all. So here are things highlighted which I want to go through. I
okay, these
first
aren't new ones, honey.
uh, uh, hold on, okay, and all the way on the bottom, that's the new entries, and here they are.
Okay,
I like this one, knowledge of ancient wisdom, and as well, definitely I like the things from Catherine, from Kathy. I'm sorry. So yeah, I have them all listed up. They are all in one document now, and I just highlighted things which I thought are good, and like points, turn off television, clear perception, clear indoctrination, clear subliminal programming, abolish slavery, abolish child abuse and sex trafficking, will not comply, break collective spell, abolish abortion, 528 megahertz, the love frequency, unite all people, abolish core beliefs, abolish unconscious programs, awaken to the truth, remove all distortions of false reality, take off blinders, take back your authentic self. The time for thinkers and doers has come. We are our own authority, sovereignty, all the friends and relation that we have. This is an invitation from the other side to join, abolish fear, live in the present, include all, that should be in all. Let me change this. All positive energies from all awakened people, include all entities, include all energies on planet Earth, include otherworldly entities, ask Mother Earth to participate, guardian angels, spirit guides, abolish all negative hijacking standing in our way, and it continues. So that's what I already have highlighted, and I think is very valuable for this cocktail to create. But again, we can go through this and decide what should be in it, and go from there. But in the meantime, I would like, as I mentioned, to see if there's another good name for the cocktail, which we can add to the list. So everybody, please speak up and
Ralph, I think it would be good if we just continue to brainstorm a little bit and then let additional names evolve from that discussion. Because if we name it, we kind of limit ourselves to just that. Whereas if we let our thoughts, our inspiration continue to unfold, we may come up with a topic that we would not think of at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I agree to one point, but I don't agree to the other, because it is easier to think in line when you have a topic at hand. So for me, it's definitely easier to say, okay, I like red cars and why. So bingo, now I can give answers. But if I don't know what we are talking about, I don't think I can give the right answers.
Before we go into naming the cocktail, can you go over the things that I sent you, like from Kathy Reagan, and just read those because no one else has heard those yet?
Correct, but ple- uh, uh,
You want to name the cocktail?
Ralph wants to name the cocktail. Okay.
I
uh,
think,
we
No,
can, in a group like this, I think we have to get a concept. And again, if you, I can copy this in the chat, and this makes it probably the easiest, and people can read it, because me in English doesn't go well. And you know, so I copy the text, and I should start here. Copy chat and paste, and here it is, so everybody can look at the chat and can read it. Again, this is doesn't make any sense to me, but it's posted. So,
those are individual statements.
pardon?
These are individual statements.
Yes,
Kathy
they
does
are.
a lot of, I don't know,
That again.
she does a lot of meditating, and she has contacts with different ETs, and she's very in tune.
Yeah,
And,
everything is set in paragraphs. So
oh,
each
sentences.
paragraph represents one of her line of thinking.
Right.
So you have it, you can read it, and I like it, and I definitely want to include it. So the still, you know, it's we can just call it the awakening cocktail or whatever, but let's give it a heading for today, and go from there. Everybody later on can change the name of the cocktail anyways to what they think is better. So let's not stick with this. Let's see if we have more ideas about what a good name would be.
Well,
One,
last week we discussed, and I don't know, I think it was you, Ralph, that called it Wake Up Now cocktail. And I sort of like that, but
I thought it was Wake Up World,
Yeah,
somebody
Wake Up
said,
World.
and then we said Rise Up World.
Rise Up World was the one I think I choose. And I have them highlighted again in the text document, which you all will be getting. And so Rise Up World. Now, I had a little bit of thinking about this. Rise Up is a little bit, in my eyes, too aggressive, because if we rise up, we want to say to what? If we just say rise up, this would be like a rebellion, a revolution, or something like this. But I think it would be more like waking people up to the truth. So the wake up world would be probably better. I wanted to discuss this again. I am not somebody who wants to promote any kind of aggression. So that's what my line of thinking was. But but again, I leave it to you to put your comments out on on this one.
I'll just share a couple of things. It's not going directly to the point of coming up with another name, but when I think of the people I know who seem to be asleep, they don't think they're asleep. You know, they are convinced that that they're on board with the truth. So I don't think you can talk someone out of that kind of a point of view. It's knowledge that makes us free. It's not someone trying to, persuade us or to twist our arm. And I think that within a very short time, there's going to be an avalanche of new knowledge, of new awareness, of things that have been going on behind the scenes that people are not aware of. And that's what's going to wake people up. It's not someone trying to convince them. I have friends who I can't even have a conversation with them because they're so fixed in their position, and nothing I can say is going to change that. So, but the truth makes us free. And I think, all we can do is provide an atmosphere. When I think if I'm asleep to something, someone trying to bully me into changing my mind is not going to do it. But if I find myself in an atmosphere of love and acceptance and tolerance, then I can sort of come around to the truth in my own time and in my own way. But just to make it really simple here, I think that within a matter of days and weeks, there's going to be an avalanche of truth that is going to wake up a lot of people that will not wake up until that happens.
Yes. That's very good.
Again, I totally agree with the standpoint, with one exception. If I run into somebody who is, well, should we call it narrow-minded in this fashion, I ask them a question, and that question is, are you sure? And if they say yes, I said, well, you're pretty much alone because there are so many who believe in a different scenario than you. It really doesn't matter to me what you think, but I think you should maybe do some research in a different form and fashion and see if you're really truly right. And it takes a lot of steam out of them. It makes them think. And I think that's what we try to achieve, to make people think.
I would say that's not a narrow-minded person. If he's willing to listen to that, he's pretty open.
Mhm.
The people that I can think of, they're just not, they've got a very closed mind about even entertaining another point of view.
Well, again, that's what we try to achieve with our cocktail, to get the people to realize that they are not getting the full truth. Hi, Jan. How are you doing today?
Jan,
We cannot hear you, Jan. So, okay, well, anyhow. So, I don't see new things in the chat yet.
I put
what-
one in there. I put one, awakening the soul of humanity.
Yeah, and Rise Up Worlds,
Well, that's the one that you like, so. I just-
Yeah.
right, yeah. And well, again, it might be a little too harsh for those people, but as Elizabeth just explained really nicely, they are so far fast asleep that they won't rise up, doesn't matter what.
So
But
with
they
that in
might,
mind, I like what Leslie put. They're so far asleep, right? So awakening the soul of humanity. And it's like, it might not be like awakening the person, but if we're on the soul level, they'll eventually get it.
uh,
Cause two, hasn't that been the target for humanity? Hasn't what they've been doing is, targeting to take that all away, that
Right.
soul and that God spark.
Now-
I agree. That's an important factor. When you think, I mean, people really are hypnotized.
Yeah.
And when you think of all of the influences, whether it's the fluoride in the water or the food situation or the air quality and the propaganda, people are really in a deep, deep sleep. They're not in a logical place. They're in a hypnotic state.
I hear you, Elizabeth.
And a
Yep.
lot of people are just flat out worn out,
right.
just worn out.
Now here's another one which came through my mind, and this was join the Great Awakening.
I was thinking a great awakening, because it is a great awakening, right? We're doing the great awakening, but I like that too. Should we put that in the chat box?
Yeah, you can add it to the chat box. It's just maybe
Alright.
more in the lines of Elizabeth. And this is an invitation to those people to join it.
Mhm.
And we give them the hints with all these keywords which we already have, and how they can achieve it.
So what was that title?
Join the Great Awakening.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I got that down.
Yeah, I like it.
That is very good.
And that maybe accomplishes all the little things which we are thinking about.
Mhm.
And so it is not
love that.
aggressive. It is
Very positive.
it's a positive statement, and we could even call it at the beginning invitation to join the Great Awakening.
You and I are on the same track. I was just thinking about how to put that in. Inviting, because when I first looked at that, I said, sounds like we're going to a party. I like that. But, putting the word inviting or an invitation to join the Great Awakening.
What about the Great Awakening invitation?
There you go. Oh, I like that.
It's
That-
short and sweet, because like Elizabeth was saying last time, right? Like, you don't want something a mile long, yeah?
Yeah, actually,
I like it capitalized, yeah. Yeah,
yeah, we want to yell it. We want to yell at them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth. Yeah, I think we might pretty much have nailed that one.
I like it.
I like it.
Yes.
We're really talking to, not the dumbed down version of a person, but we're talking
Yes.
to their soul level.
Right.
Right.
Right, that's a good point.
I just think that's great, Ralph.
And,
Yeah.
and not only that, but for the most part, everybody knows this is the great, those that know it's the Great Awakening.
Yeah.
So there's like, oh, well, let's give them the Great Awakening invitation. It's kind of like you don't even have to explain yourself to somebody
Right.
that knows what the Great Awakening is. Well, it's everything they could possibly need.
Yes.
Yeah, and it keeps all negativity away from this cocktail at the same time. Okay, well, then let's do this. We will name it this way for the rest on. And now I go back to the share screen. And then we can go through the statements again from all the way up, and this time I will highlight it with a different color. So when we say that's what we want, we will highlight it with green and add it to the list. It more or less starts on here with turn off television. And then we can go down to the list because all these was before names which we had set before.
Mhm.
So the first aspect, which would be now, how do we get them to join the Great Awakening,
Mhm.
would be to start telling them how they can do it. And so that would be a statement I think should be definitely in probably the the next one as well.
Mhm. I agree.
Are you gonna
So,
make those green?
pardon?
Are you
Yeah,
gonna make those- Oh, good, okay.
I will make them green. And so if you can read them, these items, just tell me what you want to have highlighted. Abolish slavery should not be that in this fashion. It should be probably more reject slavery. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good.
And that's kind of a general statement, abolish slavery. Maybe we should break it down so that it's more meaningful to people.
Right, and so that's the discussion we are having here. So we could, for instance,
What if
Uh,
we put sovereign, not a slave?
well, that comes later. We
Okay.
have it in the list. So let's first do this.
Or reject slavery mentality?
Well,
Oh,
we
no.
can do more of those. So let's do this way. What else can we put up in regards of slavery? For instance,
About we will not comply because
Yeah.
that starts with ourselves. You know, we have to get to a point where we separate ourselves from the things that are enslaving us by refusing to comply.
yeah,
What?
don't be a slave yourself.
No compliance.
Do not comply to slavery. Any other ideas?
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Well, we always can come back to this point.
What about being a slave to the system?
But a lot of these people think that the system
Well,
is good.
Yeah,
You know,
Right,
they think
but it's not.
It's from their point of view, though, this is, you know, this is their their father, mother, authority that they look to for direction and for protection and so forth. So they don't really care to buck the system. See, that's the problem. We're talking about individuals who have a very different concept of things.
Right.
So, the words that we use may be offensive to them because they don't see things in the same way.
Well, we can make a new heading here.
Well, the other thing too is that we're not actually talking to the person.
Right.
We're
Mhm.
talking to their higher self. And the higher self may understand do not comply to slavery, and they may understand that the system is part of that.
What do you mean when you say the higher self? They
Okay,
understand.
it's like when we do a cocktail and we're working on somebody, we don't call them up and say, okay, this is what's in the cocktail. So keep
Huh.
this in mind because you're going to be a part of this. But we're actually reaching the higher self. It's just like when we work on animals, we're not talking to them. We're talking to their soul. We're talking to their God spark. We're talking to their higher self. And so, I mean, people aren't going to be reading this cocktail.
Mm-mm.
It's like 99.9% of the people in the world won't even have a clue about this cocktail. And so
Only us.
I don't think that there's an argument there because we're talking to their higher self.
Right.
Mhm. Good point.
And systems, as we know, right now, are currently being broken down that we're not even aware of. So
Right.
if we could snap, put a spark in there and change it, that just maybe takes, oh, well, maybe I'm going to quit that job and start my own business.
Right.
There you go.
So because I cannot spell English, so aware, how do you spell that?
AWARE.
R-E.
Right. We wanted to of the system, and then we can continue here for to continue on the system
Well.
side.
Well,
Yeah,
we mean become aware of the system.
the system. Oh, okay. If you call it political, if you call it propaganda, if you call it mainstream media,
Okay.
Medical system.
yeah, medical system.
Okay.
So
What is that? Respect?
no, reject. I want to type in
Reject, I mean? Reject the system?
Mhm.
right. Reject the system and go back to uh
Individual sovereignty.
yeah,
Yeah.
UAL.
and
SOVEREI.
E-Y, yeah.
Yeah, we can figure that out.
no, S sovereignty.
SOVE.
S-O-V,
Yeah,
as in Victor.
ERINITY. I said that too fast.
yeah, you did.
I think Sachs is going to have to edit it.
Yeah.
IN.
It's just
Oh,
Just
yeah.
back up and INTY, RINTY.
EIGNTY.
Forget me.
Okay. You know, you're confused.
Just put a TY on the end. I know
Yeah,
what.
good,
Yeah,
good.
you got a
I like
spell
that.
checker? Do we have a
Yeah.
spell? Yeah, we do in the cocktail thing, so, yeah.
So it's still wrong.
Doesn't matter.
Why?
Just
Yeah.
leave it.
I'm not gonna spell it like that, Ralph.
VERIENTY. You're all right.
No,
IENTY.
Not quite. SOVER. Just leave it, it's good.
I just leave it.
Oh God. Okay. Well, anyhow, so I never learned English in school, so I have no clue.
I never learned programming, so it's okay.
It should be
Which-
EIY.
Which, okay, let's stop the debate. You fix the error later. Type it in, God damn it, in the chat, and I copy it out of the chat. So, set yourself first.
I know.
what about prosperity consciousness?
Yeah, all these things we can get to, so keep it in mind.
Okay,
And let's see if there's a new chat in there. No. Yeah, set yourself first. Uh, join like minded.
Groups.
What do you think?
Join like-minded groups.
Yeah, I don't, the join like-minded is too open-ended.
Also, we want to be sure that they don't join the enslaved like-minded group.
Right.
Yeah.
what if you put attract like-minded individuals?
No, attract, these people are not awake yet. So we want to join them first. Oh, okay.
Wow,
I
we
got
all,
it.
yeah, that's one good spelling there,
There's one good speller.
yeah.
Thank you, Ralph.
No, we were all wrong.
Here we go. So, and join like-minded
Well, I said group,
way
individuals, huh?
can people. How about that?
The D on awakened.
Awakened, yeah,
Awakened.
there you go.
So, what do you think?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so next one we have in, I go through the list and later on we can rearrange the list. We have in abolish child abuse, abolish sex trafficking. So again, abolish is probably too harsh. So we could do the same, reject.
How about wake up to?
That would be
Up
as,
to yes, or stop.
yeah, this could be a separate entity, yeah,
Mhm.
wake up to child abuse.
And sex trafficking.
Yeah, it's better in its own line, I think.
Yeah, and sex trafficking.
Excuse me.
I think we
Okay.
should address this all to the controllers rather than to the people who are asleep.
Oh. Yeah, this is actually, in my mind, it's meant to go to everybody. So
Well,
that we can try to curb the nastiness from the nasties.
Not everybody is aware that it's taking place. I mean, there's people that have children under the age of 5 and like they're still clueless as to what's coming.
Yeah,
Or even to what's going on right now with the kids at the schools.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like you're gonna enroll your child in daycare. Well, I hope you know what's coming with that. You know, because people aren't awake. I just saw it today. 2 and 4-year-olds will be, they're putting it
Okay.
through. You
Oh,
know, I mean, that's
horrible.
like, you know, to me, that's human experiments.
Yep.
so we have up here, we already have do not comply. So I don't think we have to repeat this. And break collective spell. Uh,
What about black box programming?
Yeah.
yeah, and
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Break black box program.
yeah,
What is that?
that's a term that everybody is recorded in a certain form and fashion, you know, like on the airplane, the black box. And so sometimes you get information out of it which could be true or not true. So look at the real truths and not at the fake truths. Okay, so that's so
You know what? I don't think that's very strong.
yeah, we can take it out, you know.
What about, I'll type it in. It kind of goes
Oh,
in the same line I had. Abolish amnesia state of matrix programming. Or break amnesia state of matrix programming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
that's
Or
probably better. Yeah, I agree.
Or I got this statement in here. Unleash the truth of what really is.
Where did you type that?
In the chat,
Oh, in the chat.
the it's down in the bottom.
Yeah, I got it now.
Okay.
I thought I had it open before.
Look for the real news. Oop. It's always the same, me and
Okay, honey.
typing, okay. What else could we put in this paragraph?
Um,
Well, those ones that Leslie just wrote down in the chat. Unleash the truth of what really is.
Yep,
That's powerful.
yep.
The abolish amnesia state of matrix programming as well.
Well, I said break. It's right here.
yeah, I like break better.
Got it.
I don't know if this could fall into here, but uncover all truth of Earth.
Probably not. It comes further down with
Okay.
Gaia and the invitations.
Okay.
So, okay, there is more room for that to fill in as well. So, so
What about communism?
we don't want to go into politics
Okay.
because some people call it communism, some call it socialism, some call it the wicked ways. You know, there's
Some
so
call it
many different forms for it.
What about
But
control? Abolish control.
that is a good one.
Or
Break
break global
Break.
control.
break break away from any control. How about that?
Or the kids would love that.
How about illegitimate control, something
Yeah.
to qualify
Yeah.
control?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Two people speaking. What was it?
I was
Elizabeth?
thinking, breaking away from something like illegitimate control, just so we qualify that control, because there's some controls that are reasonable, like traffic control, where you stop at red lights, that's reasonable.
Break away
Control.
from any mind control would probably take care of that statement as well.
Mhm.
So that includes theoretically propaganda. That includes those things.
Mhm.
Uh, so here we got something else, another one. So we can come back to this a little later. Abolish abortion, I think, is again the wrong word, abolish, even though I like it. But
How about clear out abolish? I mean, how about clear out abortion?
sorry, I did not understand you clearly.
Clear out abortion.
First we have to wake him up to it, okay? So you see the idea is to get him to a point where they can actually think about life.
I wouldn't have that in
I
there.
have an idea here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have that in there like that.
How about that? Say yes
That's
to
good.
life and no to abortion.
Mm,
Good.
yeah.
And that may be obvious to to us, but for some people, that would be political.
Uh,
Some people think of that as a matter of opinion for
well,
mean-
the matter of opinion is at what state is a unborn a human being,
well, I agree.
and that is
agree.
stupid. It just doesn't go in my brain.
Nor in mine, but to a lot of people, they have all the focus on a woman's right, without any regard for the child. But anyway, it's just, I mean, some things that are self-evident to us may be a big stretch for other people.
Well, how about we let these other people take that line out by themselves?
I
Okay,
mean, I could even take it to another level from where you're going if you want to really get sick about it. Because I mean, what they're doing really after that process is a whole nother issue. So
yes, exactly.
it goes back to,
Harvesting.
yep, organ harvesting,
I-
adrenal, all that stuff. You guys know where I'm going with that. So
Right, yeah.
Oh, I've held back and I want to go ahead and insert my 2 cents.
go for
Okay.
it.
I,
Come
I
on.
really, I really appreciate everyone's input. And I think we're just a little bit off focus in that we need to go after the perpetrators of this negative energy and not worry so much about the individuals until we can stop the perpetrators.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
I attended a work presentation yesterday. I put the home address in the chat. It's Global Enlightenment Project.
Yes.
And they did a ceremony, and you can download the text off their homepage called Divine Ceremony, full document. Download the document here. And they're going after this in groups like we've been led. Thank you, Ralph. And it goes after the government agencies, the entertainment industry, the Illuminati, various organizations, foundations, and some of the people behind them, state departments, banking, financial systems. And it's basically trying to negate, scramble the frequency of all these various entities that are perpetrating this crap on us. And-
Right. If I may interrupt for a second,
Sure.
I totally agree with your statement and what you are saying. But we want to wake those people up. So to take a sledgehammer and get in there, I think is the wrong way to do. But I want to put up a reference list at the end. Look at, for instance, Global Enlightenment Project's document.
Okay, sure.
And that would be right below, and probably to help you out or something as the header, in your awakening, please look at those websites and documents. And we just list them because there's quite a few of websites there,
Mhm.
like
Oh,
from
Lord.
different doctors and telling the truth about the vaccine and so on and so on.
Right.
So I think this would be a good ending of the cocktail, like a reference library for the
Mhm.
people to awake to.
Now, are they going to have access to that? If it's in a cocktail, how are the individuals going to bring that up?
the
Well,
energies will make them aware to it.
Oh.
There's
Okay.
more to it. You know, you like we put in specific keywords to rattle their brain and say, what the heck is going on? I feel a little weird. So the same will be that they say, am I looking at the right news and where should I go to look for? And certain things like this can actually occur and they remember these sites. Which brings me to another point. I forgot to mention this. And we need at the top of the cocktail
Say that
we
again.
we need at the top of the cocktail, I put it as point one, with the mission
Yes. Yeah.
of every one we reach with our intent.
what if we put our divine intent?
Yeah, that would be good too, because this is um definitely a divine thing we try to do.
And I was gonna say, I know Sherry with Sound Health Options. I know a lot of people are doing a lot of things with coding and you know, running programs in these meditations. And Stephen, I think it's great what they're doing. They're addressing that portion, you know, like they're addressing the Illuminati and all that. That's great, because now we're gonna hit the people. So to me, I feel it's gonna be, we're addressing one area. There's others addressing another area. How could that, this could just be so grand, because it's, now you got both avenues. If they're not addressing the people the way we are, I think it's just even, it's
Yeah. More
ex-
forceful.
more forceful, explosive. Because we could always maybe jump in on a time that they're doing their stuff and run on the same time that they're doing their stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was just, we're getting down to the, well, I don't want to call it nitpicking, but we're getting
Mine too.
too focused on things when, well, that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right, you know, but the other part is that everyone which gets that cocktail can make their own changes in regard to what they want to express. So the main aspect is that we're giving everyone the idea what you really can do with a cocktail and how to set it up in a principle. Okay, so in a principle way. The other part is if we later on run this cocktail or a similar cocktail all at the same time, the effect will be just tremendous. And that's what I try to achieve with this whole get together here, that we will be able to put this out, and please run this at a certain time and put in the name box as what did we say we wanted to call the cocktail again?
The Great Awakening.
Uh, the Great Awakening. Didn't I highlight it already?
I put it in the chat way up at the top.
Yeah,
Wake up.
Yep.
Wake
yeah.
Oh,
The
you're
Great
right.
Awakening invitation.
That's right. We changed it. Yeah.
The Great Awakening invitation.
Right. So I copy this one. I haven't done it yet. And so we copy this in here. Control V and put this into green. And here we go. Cocktail name, the Great Awakening Invitation. All right, then we got that. So I made a little change down here, and I wonder what you think.
I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah, I like that.
So this doesn't step on anybody's feet.
No.
So we'll make this green. Stop trans spells brainwashing abortion. I think the word abortion we can now take out of this. And up. And but we
Instead of the word stop, how about awaken from?
yeah, awake to.
Ooh,
Mhm.
yeah, awaken from.
Do you
Awake
wanna,
from.
Put an N at the end of awake.
put MK Ultra mind control in there
Well,
too?
awaken from it's a statement. It's not a process. So awake from trance, spells, and brainwashing.
Yeah.
So I think it should be awake. Any comments?
I like awaken, but it's not a big deal.
I
Well,
like
then,
awaken.
uh, we would have to say, feel awakened from or something, but awake means wake up to, you know, that to trance spells and brainwashing,
Yeah.
or so awake from trance spells and brainwashing.
Or we could go to wake up from.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do this. Is probably more direct.
yeah.
Wake up from trance spells and brainwashing. That's good.
So we have this one. This we don't need anymore. 528. So
I would also add 432.
Yeah.
666. I heard the 666 hertz pretty much has almost all diseases in the 666.
432 it was, right?
Yeah,
Um. Uh,
Just a grammatical comment, if I
Yeah.
may.
Go ahead.
Uh, wake up from, it should be if you have, spells is plural. So it should be grammatically correct, trances, spells, and brainwashing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Those details are good.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
okay, and so I don't know how you like this. Listen to
What is that?
those are love frequencies.
these are love frequencies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it's so small, I can hardly see it.
So any other comments to this line which I have highlighted?
No.
Okay, then I put this in. Unite all people, and I think we have this. Do we have that? Join
think so.
like minded awakened people. So I think we have that.
No, I disagree because uniting all people means that as people change, they will be united. Whereas the sentence above that, I can't remember what it said, but it's just, it doesn't have the same punch. So maybe
So
we should add something to unite all people.
United all
Maybe it-
people.
unite with all people.
No, but maybe it should be unite all people of blank, 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 or, you know, that of unite all people to a higher consciousness.
Or what if you put unite all people consciously? Because, well, you said like, we want everybody to kind of unite all on a conscious level, right?
United all
Yes.
people. United we stand.
Unite and stand, yes.
Consciously, all, no, consciously all people unite. Unite mass consciousness.
We want to make sure that they're going to a higher vibration.
Yeah,
Time.
yeah.
How about unite all to a higher vibration? Where you can leave people in. Unite all people to a higher vibration.
Yeah,
Sorry. Wrong pipe.
the higher their vibration and consciousness, the better. It's leading to a more positive outcome. When we just unite like-minded people, well, that's how politicians get elected. Like-minded people
Mhm,
vote in the same direction. And
mhm.
you know how that's turned out.
Right.
All right.
I wonder if we could include the
I-
YouTube links for those frequencies, you know, like 528 and 432.
Yeah,
In fact, I'm beginning to think we should skip all the words and just put in frequencies and let that take care of things.
Yeah, frequencies are good. But you know, all these words contain frequencies.
Yeah.
right, yeah,
And so to me, it's like when you have a cocktail, don't just put it in there once. Put it in there as many ways as you can.
right, yeah. And that's why I said at the reference at the end, we can add, you know, sites in. So
Oh, yeah.
unite all people, I think it doesn't work for me. We already have it more or less up here. Join like-minded awakened people. So I think we can drop this line and just make it uh selectable for others if they want to add it into trigger curiosity.
To the light or something positive after that.
Yeah, trigger your curiosity. I think that would be
Yeah, but we want to direct them to, positive curiosity and not just, oh, I wonder what those guys are doing over there. Oh, they're doing bad stuff. Let me go look at it. And so I think it should be trigger your curiosity towards blank, towards the light, towards the good,
towards the
humanity,
truth.
towards the truth.
I'm late to the discussion, but one of the problems that I feel that we have is that people, even sincere people, often disagree because their source of facts differs so much. If you listen to the news, for instance, if you just randomly listen to Fox News versus CNN, you're going to get a completely different version of what the truth is.
That is true.
Yeah, but the thing is that the other versions they could be like half truths. Maybe we need to put in there to the whole truth or to the real truth.
So how do we give guidance to people to help them determine what is the truth?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I think it's a very individual thing. Everyone's got to tune into the still small voice to discover the truth.
Okay, so you just said tune into your still small voice. So
To
people
discover the
have to
truth. I
tune
like
in
that.
to their heart, right? They have to tune in to see
Yeah.
if it resonates.
Okay, so Ralph, take out curiosity and put in your still small voice. How did you say that, Elizabeth?
Well, but in view of the context of our present statement, how about trigger your receptivity to the still small voice?
Okay,
Or
yeah.
welcome in, welcome the still small voice.
Does universal love come into play anywhere?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is something which we should add in there. Yeah,
Yes.
somewhere. Yeah. I'm still confused about what you want me to put in here.
Listen to the still small voice. Listen to your still small voice.
Yes.
Put it in the chat. It could be this next line coming in.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's great.
Did you get that, Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah, copy and paste.
My feeling is this, because I've been around this type of work for a very long time. And yes, there's a huge, massive amount of consciousness programming throughout the country. And quite honestly, to try and educate people while they're under those programs, it's throwing energy and information to the wrong type of frequencies and wrong energies. So yes, I agree with shifting the frequencies, but the way I've always approached it is to make sure making sure that people are able to have a change of heart that is deep enough for their loving nature to be able to take a new direction.
That's very nice.
I like that.
Doing with the mind doesn't get through.
Mhm.
Mind is polluted, it's too intellectual. They've got to have a detoxing and cleanse the body so they can start to feel. All they need is to feel deeply enough. You can get them to feel even a tiny bit of their own soul's truth. bang, they wake up, and that's the shift of consciousness.
Excellent.
Every cycle where we release that intention seems to backfire on us, on the healing community. Because we have to make a quantum leap with one piece of knowing that says, hang on a second, people got to, without a lapse of time, shift into heart energy deep enough that enables them to see the truth and feel it internally in their bodies. That'll do the job.
Okay,
Okay,
Raul,
you've said like a
just
half a dozen one-liners there. I like
right.
them.
What about that?
Raul just put it in one line, one sentence, and put it in the chat. Please.
Or as many
No, okay,
one-liners as you have.
I got a whole book full of them. Where's that thing? You called it, what is it? The Great Awakening. There's a phrase there. Scroll further. What was the title that you had already? You called it a Great Awakening?
The
Welcome.
invitation to the great,
Yeah, invitation.
A great awakening invitation.
right.
I still like to put the word invitation first, because that gets your attention. Invitation to the Great Awakening.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it does
agree.
sound better now that you say that.
After that, I would put begins with an open heart.
Oh, yeah,
Because if they're
yeah, yeah.
open, we're just hammering ourselves to tears to get people to change. And they're so programmed, mentally stabbed already hundreds of times, and God knows how many lifetimes. We just get drinking.
Right.
Yeah,
Having a pure enough intention to see through the matrix, see through the maze, and when the timing is right, and not before, when the timing is right for a person, bring in the quality of the love itself into the communication so they feel that vibration and they shift into it because it's a different vibration. They need to feel that consciousness. Otherwise, it's just mental head stuff. And however good it is, it'll all have to
Excellent.
make sense. Because
Yes, it certainly
Mhm.
does.
breathing rhythms, a timeline to stay programmed with this US Inc. All programming. People's breathing rhythms are programmed into it. So you try and add to that, you'll lose ground.
Mhm.
All it is, it's a memory of how we're all meant as a collective meant to evolve. It's a memory. If that memory is clear, hang on a second, everyone's meant to have their hearts open. That's number one. Have that memory,
Yeah.
focus on it, build the chi, prana and energy around that. Then slowly all the answers that are needed to get a heart shift for each person come one by one. And that's the only thing people want, either ready for a heart shift or they're not. If they're not,
Mhm.
peace to help them get there sooner or later. You don't just discard them. You give one piece of intellectual thing, wisdom to help them get there. But they need a complete bioenergetic timeline shift from the old paradigm into a heart awakened type of paradigm.
Yes, yes.
This is
And because we can't bring about that ourselves, we can't pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. For that reason, I think this cocktail should be filled with frequencies, because
Yeah.
that's what is going to lift us up. But I think we can't just say, listen to 528. We need to literally put in the YouTube that is equivalent to that frequency.
No problem. We already clarified this. This will be at the end. If I
Right.
get the link, we add it later on to the instructions, more or less, for the people which we are awakened. So this is not an issue. I added another line which I like: listen to your heart, it knows the truth.
I would like to change that.
Okay.
I would like to change that to listen to your heart for the truth.
Oh, yeah, I like that better.
Heart
Yeah, just
for the truth. Okay. And so unite with all people would be the next, I think. Again, we have it above, so I'm not sure if we should even work on that. And then
With more people.
And what enables us to unite is the realization that we all have the same source. You can't just make people come together, when they think of themselves as, all having their own operating system. But if we realize that we all have our source in love or in the one, that then there's a possibility for true unity and not just a conglomerate.
Okay, you brought a good point up, and I put this in unite with source. So we can really make a statement with that. And then the next one we had trigger your curiosity for the real truth. Listen to the still small voice of truth. Okay, this I can actually. Okay, I can actually delete that.
Are there any universal principles that
Yeah,
we can all agree upon? Because the people who commit hate crimes, the people in the Ku Klux Klan, in their own heart, they think they're right.
Yes.
Right.
It's very it's very difficult sometimes to convert them.
Yes. Such a
So
good point.
historically, you take the case of pre-Civil War, John Brown, who tried to free the slaves through violence, and he attacked the federal larceny at Harper's Ferry. Would you consider him a good man or a bad man? It's
Right,
not
right,
so easy
right.
sometimes. And then people today get their news or opinions based on facts that they think are true from news sources, whether it's the Instagram or Facebook or the news media, and they vary so
Mhm.
much. So it's and of course people tend to form their opinions upon preconceived notions that already exist. So is there any kind of principles that we can point to upon which people
yes.
should live? I would just suggest simply pointing out that every culture can be learned by every other culture. Every person, every religion can be learned by all, people of different colors. And we have a genetic makeup is such that we can intermarry within certain quote unquote racial groups. So the human species is one species, and just point to that and show, well, hey, this. So someone who speaks a different language lives thousands of miles away. We're all part of the same human family. If we can just appreciate that one simple fact,
Put it in a sentence.
Well, that phrase human family goes a long way to, describing what you're saying. We're all one family under one source.
Yeah.
One family under one source. One human family under one source.
Almost sounds like you're saying a Pledge of Allegiance there.
Well,
Really, when you were saying that, it was like, I'm like, what does that sound like? But you're saying it in different terms.
well,
It was
that's why
nice.
the Pledge of Allegiance is, valuable, because it latches on to those fundamental principles that, that undergird, everyone, regardless of their particular point of view.
Well, that's really part of nationalism. But the point I'm making is, if we appreciate we're part of the same human family, then war doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That means that we should, if someone is starving around the world, then just like a relative who lives a few blocks away, it's part of our responsibility to try to help them.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. I want to make a point here. This whole exercise we are doing is to show people in what to consider and what their possibilities are. I totally agree with all the statements done so far, but I would, because we are already an hour and a half in here, so I would like to leave this up to the users of those cocktails to modify them even more specific. Okay, so that we take care of everybody's wishes, but let's narrow it down to the points which should be in there or which are really helpful to get the sleepers to awake. And I recommend again, and this is all on the video, so that whatever you like to put in, which you think is helpful to awake these people, and put it in your cocktail as an add-on to what we will create for you as a beginning of the full cocktail, which you then can finalize by yourself. Is this agreeable for today?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes,
all right, then let's go back and see if we have other points which we could use. Tolerance is a keyword. I like this. Um, so what should we use in regards of tolerance? Become be more tolerant, or what do you think?
Pretty open-ended. I mean, tolerance could be tolerance towards the good or towards the bad.
Right, right.
Or
So-
tolerate well, then if it's good and bad, we should formulate it in a good way. Or we take it completely out. So I leave it out there for other people to use and to think about. Abolish core beliefs would be the next one. Uh, uh, that as well would be a statement which could be read in both ways.
Right.
So I take the highlight out. We leave it to others to decide.
What
Awake,
about abolish belief systems from birth?
no, you would have to go even further. You would have to go from inherited. Uh,
Genetic, genetic.
no, inherited
Inheritance.
means from your
Okay, yeah.
environment or so on. Awaken to the truth, we already took care of that. And
Mhm.
remove all these
Distortions.
distortion of false reality. Well, that is definitely something we could leave in or actually use. And unconscious programs, I think we have taken care of that one too.
Mhm.
Take off blinders, I think is included in what we did up there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Abolish all. What is that?
that is the
Yeah.
same like above. No half truths, message to all age groups.
Sometimes the children teach the adults.
Yeah, it should be probably, well, the statement is right. So, how can we formulate this to get the message to this person which is will awake?
A little child shall lead them.
We can actually shorten it and say just sometimes the children.
What about just children teach the adults? So when the children get it, they're just gonna teach the adults. Maybe it should be for the children.
Let the children teach the adults.
Adults listen to your children.
Yeah, that's good. That's even
We're
better.
always telling the children, oh, listen to your mother, listen to your mother. Mother, father, listen to your child.
Yeah.
In my
Okay.
personal experience, that doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
May the adults hear the children.
No, we are talking about a person which we want to awake.
Yeah. And it might not even apply to them at all. But that's not necessarily true because, I mean,
Yeah, maybe we should just leave that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I leave it.
maybe that's something for, a group thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
Take back your authentic self. That is a good one. I think we can leave it like this. The time for thinkers has come.
Well, look at the next line, Hen.
We are our own
And
authority.
doers has come. Yeah, I think that's a good statement we could use. Take back your power. That needs an addition to it.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's,
As
Or take back your power and be your own authority, can incorporate, we are our own authority.
uh,
as long as it's on the good side.
intended for you by source. How about
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
And okay, that needs to go out. I think we have taken care of that more or less.
Yeah, I wouldn't even make that green
No,
because
No.
it's not defining who.
Right,
we covered that with the sovereignty above,
Yeah,
didn't we?
right,
yeah.
yeah. And
I still like that line.
all the friends and relations that have already transitioned.
to the
So,
others.
yeah, that would be invite, right?
I call to help.
Oh, actually, we don't need it. Yeah, it was a call to help.
Yeah,
This could stand by itself.
yeah.
We have abolished fear. Oh, live in the present. Yeah,
Yeah.
that we need. Uh,
Yeah, here's where we ask all those other people to help us.
right. I think we could leave this statement here. Knowledge protects. What do you guys think?
Mhm.
I don't
That's good.
understand what knowledge.
Somebody's saying something, I cannot hear it.
I was just saying that, there's all different kinds of knowledge. I think knowledge should be defined as, the right, the right knowledge
Right,
protects,
right.
but how do
Or
we word that?
we could say truth with a capital T, the truth shall set you free.
Oh, I love that.
Oh.
And the next line we can use as well. Oh, knowledge is letting go of fear. And this line, include all positive energies from all awakened people and entities, invite all enlightened peeps to add to the cocktail,
Yeah.
right? So we don't need include all entities,
Oh, I wouldn't,
we just did that.
I wouldn't put that in there.
All, we could use this.
But when you state include all energies, all positive energies, yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta put the positive in there,
Right?
Yeah.
include other positive worldly entities.
No, I wouldn't put that in there right there. Okay. And that
Yeah.
one is good. That one's good, yeah.
Yeah, you got gas spelled wrong.
yeah, I knew I would. I go, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah,
Gaia.
yeah.
Gaia, yeah. GAIA.
Oh.
Guardian
Yeah,
Angels, yes.
I knew it was 4 letters, but I just couldn't figure it out.
And we got guardian angels spelled wrong down there. Can we ask,
Yes.
when we were putting the guardian angels, could we put ascended masters in there?
Oh, yeah.
Add the ascended
Spirit,
masters
yes.
as well. Gotta include them.
Yes, absolutely. Angels and spirit guides. Benevolent outcomes is good too. Why do I say that? Because that came from me.
On that benevolent outcome, if you put
Huh?
ask for,
Mhm,
Benevolent outcome.
mhm.
Yes, ask for benevolent outcome.
Could we ask too to heal the global pain body?
I think that
Yeah,
has to be done individually.
well,
What is
these are anyway all individual lines. I do it this way. Reject entity hijacking.
hijack? Yeah, that's good.
Reverse negative thoughts. We can do that. The next line we don't. This doesn't really
Mm-mm.
jive with me.
We kind of covered that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, excuse me.
God bless you.
He did.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think we need that for this cocktail.
Mm-mm.
No,
Ignite violent fire. Yeah, we could do that. And these are mostly repeats, but
Could we add like world prosperity in there?
oh,
God.
absolutely. Just think about the right way to formulate it and put it in the chat. I think we went through, yeah, all these here. And so then I really like this one. I will make the screen first. Acknowledge ancient wisdom and indigenous people to heal the earth. I just take the word off or out. And I
what's
don't
on the bottom?
know
Yeah, it
if
doesn't-
the essential oils will help us. So sorry, I interrupted somebody.
yeah, that up there from Cheryl Doyle
Yeah.
took out a word and I'm trying to figure out the sense of it. Because now it says knowledge, ancient wisdoms. That doesn't make sense to me. Or maybe we should put acknowledge ancient wisdoms
Yeah.
and indigenous people to heal the earth.
What about restore?
I think it's yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All
And,
right.
and the oils, now I looked these up from Harold, and these oils all have, and you'll see after the name of the oil, like apple, it's purpose. Balsam is tenderness. And Harold thought, because Harold works with oils, that's
Right.
his business. And so these essential oils bring in a lot of positive harmony into the cocktail.
Well,
And
no, they're flower essences. They're not essential oils.
No, these are.
Yeah, the fine horn flower essences. The apple and the balsam.
Right. I'm pretty sure they're oils. I'll ask Harold.
No,
So-
he says here on top, flower essences.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right there.
flower
Fine horn flower essences.
Right,
Yeah.
but even if they're not oils, they carry the energy
Right.
of that particular flower, which he has listed here.
Mhm.
Okay. I actually used to make flower essences. I took a class when I was living in Cottonwood, and told how to make the mother and make ones off of that, and they do, and then you just put a couple of drops under your tongue, and they have this specific energy. Each
Yeah.
flower has a specific positive energy. And so, and that's why I liked these, because it's just energetic, which the whole cocktail is energetic.
That would be nice just to make that fine horn flower essence cocktail too, all on its own.
So
Yes.
how about we say use these energies and just add them all in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And then this paragraph I sent you in the
It's, it's not actually a paragraph. Each one of those is a statement, but
right,
for some reason it came all together on yours.
right. I mean,
There's
I
a
could
line between each,
separate them,
yes,
you
right.
know, but that's not an issue. So what I think we need to do to make this an action, we could say this.
Speak these affirmations.
Yeah, or words.
Yeah.
Up goes okay
Word.
in there. And then this can be in as is.
Yeah.
All right. And so now here is use up these, what did
And, yeah.
use these
Statements or no?
no web
Affirmations? Would these be affirmations?
sites
Oh, you adding,
and
okay.
and uh texts
It's okay.
uh
Good girl.
for guidance. And now in this paragraph, we can add in all the websites, and I'm trying to get
In that statement that you just typed, text doesn't need a apostrophe.
oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put in the chat there. It's actually an image of the God code, which is in Hebrew.
Ooh,
And I also went and put in the Grabovoi generator and got a Grabovoi code. If you want to put that in there.
I think that would be a nice addition.
What happened?
Oh, I like that.
Oh, no,
Uh-oh,
no.
Ralphie.
I have no idea what happened.
We're recording though, which is a godsend because
Yeah, it'll all be documented.
Now that was weird. putting
was
in the
weird.
link to it. So I don't think it liked the link.
Where's Kevin?
Maybe someone's working
Well,
against us already, hey?
Maybe we need
Right.
to have, maybe we need to have a save feature on that editor. So it just automatically saves things after every
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
minute.
Yeah.
okay,
Awesome job.
that is a suggestion I can actually make come true, yeah.
Yeah, I think so after this.
So I have it saved a little earlier, but I will have to re-edit this. And
Oh, Elizabeth had a run.
yeah,
Don't you left?
all right, so I have some of it in here, the rest we need to re-edit so it starts pretty much up here.
Well, all we have to do is look at the video, Ralph.
Yeah,
Recording,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So yeah, yeah. Oh God, this will be
Well,
interesting.
if you want me to do that, I can do that and make the list of all the green stuff that's in the recording.
Yeah,
So don't
Yeah.
worry yourself with that. You were gonna add something at the bottom with the websites.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it was videos and use videos and text.
No
Oh,
websites.
websites and
Yeah, websites and text
videos.
videos. Yeah.
Help you.
When you say the websites, what are the websites?
It's gonna list
We're
them.
gonna add them.
We will add them later, but I just put this in as a remark. I think what we do is we have to edit this back to what it was, and then we can go from there. So I apologize about the crash, but so-called as happens, and uh, uh, so let's call it a day for today. We are in for a long time already. And I really appreciate everybody who was on here. I will post this video on Rumble and probably as well on YouTube. We kept it pretty much clean. And so uh, uh, what time is it? Yeah, we spent 2 hours on this one.
I don't know.
So
Six.
it's a marathon video. So thank you, everybody. It will be on the chat when, and Susan will announce it through her list as well. When we do the second part of it, where we then narrow it down and put in little fillers which say put whatever you like down here and so on and so on, so that other people can then edit their own version of this cocktail.
Okay.
So how is everybody happy about what we achieved today?
I
Yeah.
am.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, put a lot of clarity on it.
Yeah.
How about Stephen? You agree to this whole show as well?
Oh, sure. It's all, it's all good.
All right, and
Hey, I would just like to add something. I
Go
would
ahead.
like, Raul, if you don't mind, because when you were talking, you were bringing up a lot of different points because you work with people in this area anyway. And I would love it if you could send me some of those one-liners in
Mm-hmm.
an email. And then when we meet next, then I'll have that up and we can discuss those as well, because you were just like rattling off. It was like everybody was just going, spin, I'm just spinning.
I know. I was like this. I'm like, oh, well, that was good. I'm like, oh, that was good too. It was like, I said, keep talking. There's more. You had some
It's like,
great stuff.
Stop.
See,
Okay,
even Sierra says so. Hi.
okay, guys, stay with me here. I will stop the recording